Hey guys, firstly I'm really sorry that I haven't done a vlog in so long. Basically January was stupidly busy, mostly just with work, and the past few weeks I've really not been feeling great at all because my blood sugars have been in a state of utter chaos, so that's why I've been absent. So sorry if you've been looking out for videos and there have been none. So really what I want to talk about today is basal testing, because I hadn't done it, since I started pumping really. I did it for the first few weeks to get my basal rate set, and I haven't done it since, but my basals have changed quite a lot since then. So, basically it was guesswork. If my blood sugars were high, I was just guessing whether it was my basal or my bolus that was wrong. So, the reason I wasn't basal testing was because it's horrible. It's not nice. I've had diabetes since I was 3, so my body's used to eating every couple of hours to keep blood sugars up, because that's what I had to do when I was younger. And going for more than 4 hours without food is highly unpleasant for me. It's not just hunger, it results in stomach ache, and I have no energy. It's pretty much, I can't do it when I'm working, which does pose problems, but so I refused to basal test, never did it. Did work really hard, but it didn't basal test. And so I have been having problems for the last 2 or 3 months with my blood sugars. And the last time I went to diabetic clinic for my appointment after my disappointing A1C, they were quite happy with it. Wasn't what I was aiming for, but they were quite happy with it. And they said, well, all we can suggest that you could do is basal test. And my nurse did suggest just basal testing on the days that I'm not at work, and it'll give me a rough idea of what I need for when I'm at work. Still refused to do it, and then I got to the point where I was up every 2 hours in the night to check for hypos, because I was either high and dropping going to bed, or low and had just come up going to bed. So I was pretty much exhausted. For more than a week I was up every 2 hours in the night. My blood sugars were all over the place, high 1 hour, then low the next, and there were no patterns to be found, and I was shattered. I have never felt so rough in my life. The doctor signed me off work so that I could sort it out and catch up on some sleep and rest. So while I was off, I decided, right, I have to do it. I need to just grit my teeth and bear it and get on with it. So I basal tested, and I reduced my basals before I basal tested because I've been having a lot of hypos, and so I basal tested with a reduced basal, and for the most part they were absolutely fine, and I think I only had to change my morning basal very slightly. So my basals were pretty much okay. So that confirmed to me that it was my bolus ratios that were wrong, so I was needing more insulin when I bolused because I was spiking after my meals. So that meant that I was able to play around with my boluses, knowing that if I was having issues it was my boluses rather than my basals that were causing them. And I've now changed my breakfast and lunch boluses, and they seem to be working, and it's unbelievable the difference that has made. My blood sugars before my meals are between 5 and 6, and after my meals, yesterday the highest I went after breakfast and lunch was 8.9, which is a record for me. That's never happened for me before. Unbelievable difference. And I feel so much better because my blood sugars are how they're supposed to be, and I'm not spiking and then dropping and yo-yoing all over the place. So really the moral of the story is it's horrible, it's not pleasant, but basal testing is the only way to get good control on a pump. On injections as well, I think basal testing is a good idea, but on a pump you need to basal test every hour of the day to make sure that your different rates are set right. So what I did was I would just basal test one meal at a time, so I would skip breakfast and do up until lunchtime for my morning basals, and then another day I would skip lunch and basal test up until dinner time for my afternoon basals, and so on. It's made such a difference, and I'm mad at myself for not having done it sooner, because it was clearly the answer to my problems. But at least I know now, I know what a difference it makes now. It's easier to be motivated to do it when I know that it actually helps. It really, really helps. I can't believe the difference in my blood sugar since I did it. So that's really all I wanted to say on that one. Basal test. If you're having problems, basal test. Because it will tell you exactly what your problems are, and therefore where to adjust. And it's night and day. My blood sugars are night and day. They're so much steadier now. I worry so much less than I did before about hypos and highs, and I feel 1,000 times better. I actually have energy now. So that's it really. That was all I wanted to say. I'm back at work on Monday, so I'm a little bit anxious about that, but I know things are better now than they were when I left, so I'm getting there. So yeah, basal test. If you have problems, basal test. It's the only way to do it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully I'll do another vlog within a few weeks rather than a few months. It's been about 3 months. I do apologise. So I hope you've all had a good week and have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!